Joining us now, Department of Defense Press Secretary, Brigadier General Patrick Ryder. I'm really glad to have you today, and I do want to discuss the supplemental and the aid to Israel and both Ukraine. But I want to first start with this breaking news. This press release from Chairman Turner got everybody pretty panicked. Should Americans be worried?
Well, first of all, thanks very much for having me today. And again, I don't have anything to add beyond what the National Security Advisor highlighted. I can assure you that our country is safe.
Are we capable of meeting this threat militarily?
Well, again, I'm not going to be able to provide any comment on that. I'd refer you back to Mr. Sullivan's comments. As he highlighted, he'll be briefing members of Congress tomorrow. But look, your Department of Defense every day around the world is focused on protecting our nation, and today is no different.
I know you're not able to comment on the specifics of what's out there, but it is out there, and Americans are worried, and they are wondering if our Pentagon is able to address this head on if need be, or if the allies need to get involved. And any information you can give to the public would be appreciated.
Yeah, sure. Again, I appreciate the question. I'm just not going to have anything further to provide other than, again, as I highlighted, the Department of Defense is on point every day around the world protecting this nation, and we will obviously continue to do that. And just going to leave it there.
In regards to the supplemental, which you came on to discuss on the show, and we appreciate it, our reporting suggests that this threat surrounds Russia. It's about Russia. It's a Russian military threat. Does that make the supplemental more urgent, according to the Pentagon?
Well, look, we've been saying for a long time that we will continue to work closely with Congress to receive the funding that we need in order to fund urgent national security priorities. And the reality is, as you know, the world is interconnected. And so the Department of Defense, our number one mission is to protect the homeland. And that requires us working closely with allies and partners to provide leadership so that threats that are overseas don't become threats on our doorstep. And so we're going to continue to work closely with Congress and urge members of Congress to fund these important national security priorities.
I'm wondering if you can elaborate on that. Threats overseas don't become threats to our doorstep, on our doorstep. There are a lot of Americans who look at all the money that we're sending to Ukraine, look at all the money we're sending to Israel, to Taiwan, and they may ask themselves why we need to be involved in other people's wars. Why does the American public need to pay for weapons for Ukraine, weapons for Israel, weapons for Taiwan? Can you help that person understand in a little bit more detail why it's so important to keep funding these things?
Sure. I mean, as an American, as someone who has lived in the continental United States for a very long time, I can certainly understand where it may seem like an academic concern, right? The threats that exist overseas, why is that our problem? But the reality is all you have to do is look back through history and see that things that start overseas can rapidly become crises that we have to deal with here. And so, again, our focus is on protecting this nation. And when you look at the situation in Ukraine, for example, Russia's not going to stop if they win in Ukraine. They will next go on to attacking members of NATO, which puts the United States in a situation similar to what we've had to do in the past to go and protect our allies. And again, we would much rather be able to address these problems before they become international crises where we have to send our troops to go fight those wars. And so the Ukrainians are fighting very bravely. They are defending their sovereignty and their freedom. And we owe it to them. The international community owes it to them to help them. But most importantly, to prevent Russia from being able to conduct these kinds of attacks again in the future. If they win, it sends a very clear message to other authoritarian governments that this kind of action, this kind of activity will be tolerated.
There are a lot of House Republicans, specifically some progressive Democrats as well, who are looking at the Ukraine funding, mostly House Republicans, and saying we don't need to be pushing back on Russia this hard. Russia, they seem to be intimating that Russia is not that big of a threat to us, kind of parroting the stance that Donald Trump has taken in the past on Russia. What do you think of that position?
Well, again, I think history speaks for itself here. And you don't have to look back that far to look at the kinds of threats that Russia poses to the international community. And let's not forget, that they've been fighting a very significant ground war in Ukraine, but also have a very capable Air Force, very capable strategic forces, very capable cyber forces, and have demonstrated the intent to attack their peaceful neighbors. And so deterring those kinds of attacks in the future is important before they, again, become threats on our own doorsteps.
Another reporter at another network has said that a military official, a Pentagon official, has told her that this Russian threat, this military capability, has to do with space. General, can you talk about that at all?
Nice try. Again, I'm not going to have anything beyond what I've already provided.
Brigadier General Pat Ryder, thank you so much for joining us. I do appreciate your time, sir.
Thanks so much.